Not long ago, I was in the gym and a person came up to me as I was showering before getting in the steam room and the sauna, and he said to me, I recognise you from school. You've got really built, you've got in really good shape. That's really good genetics, isn't it? And I was like, nah, it's not. And he's like, oh no, that's actually hard work. That's hard work and all this stuff. We had a good conversation and we get on now. And it's one of these things that people assume that you have good genetics and stuff straight away, because it's hard to get, if that makes sense. And you can look from my fitness journey from where I started that my genetics ain't even that good to begin with. I've got good genetics for putting on muscle and putting on weight. Getting lean, my genetics are shit. Low-key, my whole family's like out of shape. So from a real perspective, my genetics for getting in shape, getting lean is a bit shit. Putting on muscle and putting on weight, I've got good genetics for. But putting on and getting in shape, getting ripped, my genetics aren't that good, and I've had to understand that to a deeper level to improve myself and to make that into something. But I just don't want you lot to look at people, and of course you get the few outliers, the good genetics, or people who just get successful like that, but to look at people and think they got lucky, or they got this thing, or they got that, when in comparison there's a lot of work that's came in behind that, because it's easy to view it from that perspective. It's easy to view it from that perspective. This person got lucky, so I'm not going to try because they got this, they got this, they got this. And you're not going to try. Therefore, you're looking at the perspective that they got lucky. But there's some people, pretty much, I'd say like 99% of people, it's probably more to be fair, but let's say 99%, who's put in effort consistently to get in the position out there. Of course, you get like a few outliers. Let's say you put a song on SoundCloud, it goes fucking viral. Let's say you put a YouTube video out, it goes viral, and then you got a channel where people support you. Let's say that they're the outliers, you know. But then there's other people that's consistently put in the work, and then over time they achieve the results. And with your body transformation especially, it's one of these things that take time. For you to get praise and you to get compliments, like I've got loads of compliments, especially the past few months, especially when I went back into a bulk. I've got it when I was cut as well, but overall, that is something that takes time and takes effort to build. It's not something that just comes straight away. Of course, a few outliers, but yeah. I don't want you lot in this position where you view yourself as someone who can't achieve these goals and achieve these things, because you really can. Chances are your genetics might be better than mine. Let's say, putting on muscle, my genetics are all right. I'm not in the greatest shape in the world, of course, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is I built a good physique where I'm able to get compliments from people, and that I'm proud of and that I'm happy of, and naturally as well, no steroids. And it's one of these things, you just don't want to look at people and think they got lucky and then not try. You don't want to project your own insecurities that this thing's not fair, so you don't try, if that makes sense. What I want for you lot to do is look at overall perspective of these things and understand with work and effort and consistency, I can get there. Work, consistency, I can get there. And it's one of these things, if you don't view yourself from that perspective, you're not really going to get anything. Let's say you're not that lucky. Like, a lot of us aren't that lucky. I wouldn't say I'm that lucky with stuff, more so over. I get this YouTube channel in a sense has been fairly lucky already. Of course, it hasn't exploded like others yet, but on a real perspective, you could coin it as luck so far. But also it's the consistency and the work behind it as well. And I won't coin it as that much luck. I've had a bit of luck, don't get me wrong, I've had a bit of luck, but I haven't had like insane luck like some of these people. But if I keep working and if I keep getting better and better and better, over time, I'm going to be better than these people at this. I'm going to get more results than these people at this. And I'm going to be able to keep that consistency that they haven't, because they got lucky straight away. Big boom. Therefore, they're not able to keep that up because they haven't known what it's like to put that effort in day and out to get it. And it's one of these things. You need it to be hard. You need it to be kind of tough. Getting up on days where you don't want to try. Getting up on days where you don't want to go for it, in order for you to improve and you to actually go to it and actually get the full reward out of it. Who wants, on a real perspective, let's say a real perspective, who wants to just achieve something straight away and have no hardship or no pain to get that thing? How much value is that thing gonna have? Granted, let's say you got famous straight away, loads of money, let's say you made a video and you put a product in the description, it got 100k views, and then suddenly you're making like, let's say 6-7 grand a month just off of that. Then that is lucky and that is good in overall sense. But let's say you didn't work for that thing or work for them goals. How are you going to spend that money and how are you going to spend that time? Are you going to take it as serious? Probably not. Probably not. You're probably going to blow it. Probably going to go out and do this thing. And it's one of these things that when you look from that perspective, it's not that good because you don't actually deserve it that much, if that makes sense. There isn't no back catalogue of work in overall sense. But let's say you've worked for years, or let's say you work for a year and then a video pops off and then things go amazing and your life's better. Then you've worked for that. If you worked every day for a year in order to get something, or 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, like a lot of people will have to get certain results, then it's good, you know? Then it's like, oh, I value this, because there's days when I don't think I can have it. Therefore, you have that thing and you understand how much it's actually worth, if that makes sense. And this is what I want you lot to get from this video. Don't just look at people and think, this thing has come because of this and they're lucky. Think about the back catalogue of work they've done. Think about the consistency, the effort, everything. There is people who get lucky, but on a real perspective, if you put in enough effort over time and consistency, you are likely to get lucky, in a sense. You're likely to get some rewards, or maybe big rewards, or maybe little rewards, or you may have no rewards, little rewards, little rewards, little rewards, and a big rewards, you know? And it's one of these things that you can't view it from the perspective that people just get lucky with everything. Because a lot of times it's not luck. It's not luck. Most of the time it's not luck. Some people, like I said, outliers, but overall, let's say we're not the outliers. Like, from a real perspective, you're not really going to be outlier. Let's say like you make a song, let's say like a Post Malone story where he put a song out, went viral overnight, and then he had a massive career. A lot of people aren't going to have that, you know? A lot of people aren't going to have that, and it's going to have to take initial growth, little growth, day by day, building in order to get into a position that's close to that. And you may not even get to a position as big as that, but you may achieve a good level of success that you're happy and you're grateful with, and that you're able to achieve a life that you're actually happy with. And that's what we've got to look at it from, you know? We can't just look at it from a short-term perspective of everything and calling people as lucky so we don't try and it makes us feel good. You know what I mean? Because it can make you feel good if you say, this person got lucky, so I'm not going to try. This person's this height and this thing, that's why he gets all these women and all this. But you can say it from that perspective, but on that perspective, you're not even going to improve yourself. And you're going to think, oh, I can't do that because of this, so you're not going to try, and you're going to live a more miserable life and a life you're not happy with. Whereas you have other people who look at other people and almost look at their results and their consistency and envy that, because that's led to the results and that's what they want to achieve. And then if they achieve that over a period of time, they're going to be happy and grateful for themselves and grateful for the rewards, grateful for the results, and they understand it's going to take pain. They understand it's going to be hard, which everything pretty much is. Every journey you're on, it's going to be hard and it's going to take time. But if you look from that perspective and you understand it's going to be hard, but if I achieve some rewards in it, that's going to be excellent. That's what we got to look at it from. That's what we got to look at it from. Messed up a lot in this video speaking. I don't know what's up with me today, but overall, you got to put your best forward on every day and try your best in certain areas and just try to improve where you can each day, because that's going to lead to the bigger improvement. Sometimes it takes little improvements each day, and then over time they all build up, and then it's like, oh, now I want this thing. Like my life, I've had no external validation, then loads of external validation. So you can look from the perspective of he got lucky, or you can look from the perspective of on the days he wasn't getting that validation, he's still working on himself, and then he gets that validation and he continues working on himself, and then you get better and better, leading to yourself feeling better and being more grateful and being more happy and more success, more gratitude, more happiness. And that's what we've got to look at it from. We can't look at people as they're lucky and they've got this because of just luck. We've got to look at it from the perspective of looking at the work they've put in and understand everything takes time, consistency, and working on it. And if we look at it from that perspective, we're bound to be way more successful than looking at it as just, that's luck and not trying. And that's the overall message in this video. Hope you lot got a lot of value. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.